the if you bought the I cannot say her name. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Accidental Beauty. If you're new, welcome. My name's Laura. I'm a self-taught makeup enthusiast and I post mainly makeup content once a week-ish on my channel, sometimes more. And sometimes I branch out into other areas of beauty, so if that's your thing, please subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications so you'll get updated every time I post a new video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how I got this really fun, colorful look inspired by the Rawbeautykristi and Pure collaboration palette. So if you guys want to see how I did this, then please keep on watching. Just a couple things off the bat. I'm probably going to title this video something along the lines of like convincing myself not to buy the Pure and Rawbeautykristi palette, but spoiler alert, I've already made up my mind and I decided not to get it. I was very much on the fence when it first went on sale, and then I was stuck in a line and I was like, don't feel like it. And then it sold out, and now pre-orders for the restock are, actually I think they're done now. Anyways, I decided not to get it because I was looking through my collection to see, do I have anything like this? Do I actually need this in my collection, or do I want to buy it just because I want to support Rawbeautykristi? And the answer was the latter. I just wanted to support Kristi because she is amazing. She's a gift to the world. She is so funny. And if you guys don't follow her, I highly encourage that you do, because she is a gift. She's absolutely a gift, and she's so talented and just funny and like the type of person who you want to hang out with. Like, she's just such a pure, if you want to call it that, like just a good soul. She is the type of influencer that people should actually follow instead of like, you know, she doesn't get involved in drama or anything like that, and she just seems like a really nice person. So anyways, when her palette launched, first of all, congratulations to her. Congratulations to her on an amazing year so far. She has the palette launch. She found out that she was pregnant after like 15 years or something of infertility. And she also hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube. Like, she's just having a fantastic year, and I just wish her all the best. So it's nothing against her. I just found that I already have very similar shades in my collection, so why do I need another palette that's kind of redundant? But the structure of the palette is really innovative. Like, I'm sure it's been done before, but it's just such a creative way to use space. So it's an 18-pan eyeshadow palette, but structured in a 9-pan setup, and it's double-sided. So you have 9 pans with one theme on one side and then 9 pans with another theme on the other side, which is pretty cool. So I'll just throw it up on screen. So it's a neutral side and a colorful side, and the marketing campaign surrounding it sort of has that duality theme, which very much is reflected in the way that Kristi does her makeup. Sometimes she wants very sort of like, okay, I'll just call it what it is. Sometimes she feels like boring neutrals, and sometimes she does really colorful looks. So when I saw this palette launch, I immediately thought of the Juvia's Place Zulu palette, but looking at the promo photos, it's totally not the same. Although, if you rearrange this, we've got, okay, so there's no red in this palette, but there is an orange, even though it's a bit of a different shade. Yellow, also a bit of a different shade. This turquoise color, this matte turquoise. There's no blue in here, but I do have a couple similar shades from MAC. Purple, although I think hers is a little more cool toned. And then this hot pink. So 1, 2, 3, 5 of 9 shades on the colorful side are pretty similar to the Zulu palette. And then on the neutral side, I feel like, not saying that she didn't put hard work into this palette, but I just feel like it's kind of any other neutral palette, even though the colors are really pretty. And it's, again, nothing against her. And I know that she mentioned in her palette reveal video that she was trying to please everyone. So I think that's why she did kind of like a basic neutral palette that anyone who loves neutrals will go absolutely bananas over. And then on the colorful side, she pretty much did a rainbow palette, and you pretty much have all your bases covered because you have all your rainbow shades and then metallic foiled kind of shade that goes with most of the colors. So it's a safe palette, I think, for her. Like, as her first brand collaboration product, I think it's safe. It pretty much covers all the bases of what people might be looking for in an eyeshadow, but I already kind of have everything that's in that palette, so I decided I don't need it. but I still, like, I want it just to support her, but nope, I'm not gonna buy it. She's also got 2 pairs of launches. She's also got 2 pairs of lashes in the collaboration. One pair is a bit more like everyday with like a little bit of glam, and then the other ones are ridiculous. Like, they just look so pretty, and I kind of considered buying them for a minute, and then I was like, well, they're kind of pricey for what they are, and I typically buy my lashes off of AliExpress, often directly from the warehouses and manufacturing areas that actually make the lashes, and it's just, a lot of these brands will buy from those, you know, wholesaler places, like shops on AliExpress. So it's just, even though I really want to support certain brands, it's just more economical to buy them directly from the source. Because why would I want to pay, like, let's say $15 for lashes when I can spend 99 cents buying them directly from where they came from, and they're the same lashes? Not saying that's the case with Pure. I have no idea how or where they make their lashes, but in general, I rarely buy lashes that aren't from places like AliExpress, unless it's like a brand like Ardell and the lashes are really, like, they're having a good sale or something, then maybe I'll stock up. But in general, I just buy from AliExpress or Amazon, where these ones are from. I think that's everything that I have to say background wise about this palette. I don't love the idea of limited edition collections or anything, even though my platform is so small. Like, if someone saw, you know, a pair of lashes that I was wearing or eyeshadow or something, and they wanted to get it, and then it turns out it's limited edition, like, that's just so frustrating. So I don't know. I'm not like the biggest fan of limited edition collections, but I kind of have a suspicion that this collection might become permanent, just because A, Kristi and Pure have had such a long relationship, and B, I feel like this palette and this collection is just going to keep selling out, so I wouldn't be surprised if they made it permanent, but that's just speculation. I guess let's begin. I'm like super nervous because I don't do a lot of like crazy eyeshadow looks, especially since quarantine happened. Well, actually, no, that's not true. I have done a couple, but it's a lot of work. So let's challenge myself. I'm going to zoom in and we're going to get started. Okay, hello. Just making sure that I'm still recording because that would really suck if I wasn't. So I'm going to start off with the Juvia's Place Zulu Palette, and we're going to start off with that pink shade. I'm going to use a pretty small brush. This one's a teeny tiny detail brush. This is the E36 from Morphe, but you don't need to use this one. There are other brushes that look like this that are out there. Oh, maybe I should prime my eyes. You know what? I'm gonna prime my eyes because I kind of forgot to do that. So I'm just gonna use the highlighting end of the NYX Wonder Stick. This is not an eyeshadow primer, but I'm trying to use up this side because I use the contour side way more than the highlighting side, and I feel like it's gonna go to waste if I don't use it up. So feel free to comment below if you guys have an eyeshadow primer, eyeshadow base recommendation, preferably something that's not too expensive and something that like actually works, because I find, I don't know, I have an eyeshadow primer from Ulta and I've kind of had mixed results with it, so something that like actually works would be preferable. So now I'm going to go into the Juvia's Place, that pink shade, and I'm just gonna apply this in my crease. Oh wow, look at that pigment. Oh man, this is such a good brush. Okay, actually, you know what? This could be a look on its own. I think I'm gonna just apply color first and then I'll blend it out. So next, I'm gonna go into that purple shade, and I'm gonna start a little bit before the pink ends, just so I can kind of blend the two colors together. Right now, I'm just kind of like stamping it, and I'll blend it out later. This is honestly like just a look on its own. Next, what am I doing? Okay, I'm gonna do that blue. So I'm gonna use MAC Plumage, just a single shadow that I have of it. It's a little bit dark. You know what? I'm gonna mix a little bit of MAC Stormwatch. I know this one looks closer to the original color in the palette, but this one's actually quite a bit more green. But I think the two of them mixed together will probably give me more of what I'm looking for. It's a bit darker than what I want. Maybe I'll just use Stormwatch on its own. No, I'm gonna have to lighten it with something. That is the closest shade that I have in my collection, so we're just gonna move on. And the last shade I'm going to use is the teal shade from the Zulu Palette. And this I'm going to wing out. I don't know if this looks even at all. I don't think it really does. I'm going to try and bring some of this teal towards my eyelid. It is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Okay, let's take a relatively clean blending brush. I'm basically gonna like go over everything that I did with a pointed blending brush. This one is the M507 from Morphe, but again, you don't have to use this. There are other brushes out there like this. This is just what I have in my collection. So anyways, I'm gonna go over everything. I'm gonna put a bit of pigment on this brush and then just kind of like go over what I did and kind of blend it upwards. Let's try blending it out with a big brush like this. This is from NYX. This is one of my favorite blending brushes. It's so good. I wish they made a smaller version of this because this is so good. I just wish there was one for like more detail work. I think it's time to cut my crease. I normally use an angled brush. I'm going to try using a flat brush and see if that gives me more control. This might be too big, but I'm going to try using the M224 from Morphe. Again, any flat brush will do, or whatever your preference is to cut your crease. So I'm just going to use my concealer.
Trapped inside this spell. Now I feel it. Now I feel it. Your demons drag me close to it.
This eye is shaped slightly differently, I think, than this one. Maybe it's just the way I cut my crease. I don't really know. But I learned how to do this kind of like a foolproof way of doing a cut crease from actually people with hooded eyes, where what they'll do is they'll put down concealer on their lid and then open their eyes like as wide as they can go, and then wherever that concealer transfers, that's kind of the line of where the cut crease stops. So I kind of do something similar, although obviously my eyes aren't hooded, but I'll kind of go where I think my crease kind of like stops, and then with my eyes, you know, closed, and then open my eye and then see if I need to go higher or not. I just want to like blend it out a bit more because I want the blending to be pretty seamless. I feel like I'm getting a little bit of patchiness with the blue. Now I need to decide what to do for my lid. Basically, do I want a pink or a gold? Based on the colors that I have on right now, I think pink is the way to go over champagne. So I'm pretty sure I have some nice pink metallic shades in the Jaclyn Hill palette. So let's see what I have here. I think I'm gonna go for this shade. It's just like a simple metallic pink. That one is called Faint. And again, if you don't have this palette, or you don't want to use it, or you don't want the new palette because that formula is apparently different, use something similar in your collection. They have, like, a lot of palettes have a shade like this. I think I'm just gonna use, I was gonna use my finger, but I might not be able to be so precise. All right, let's try using the same brush that I use for the cut crease. And I'll have to wet my brush with some MAC Fix Plus. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna use my fingers. It's very subtle compared to like the boldness of the rest of my eye. I'm gonna do the same on the other eye just for consistency. I'll apply it with the brush at first and then use my finger to kind of intensify it. Okay, so I noticed that this eye brought the eyeshadow down, like basically right to my lid, and then this eye kind of got like a negative space thing going, which is really cool, but I'm gonna have to match the other eye, so I'm just gonna do that real quick. All right, I'll leave it there. Now it's time for eyeliner, I guess. I'm gonna use the e.l.f. liquid liner, but I'm gonna use a teeny tiny brush to apply it. This one is the Morphe M520-0. You can use whatever you have in your collection. I think nail art brushes might be a good option, or if you can find really detailed painting brushes, that also works. Just to make this look really dramatic while that dries. And then I'm gonna fix what's going on there. I'm gonna put some black eyeliner in my waterline. I definitely used to have a pencil sharpener for eyeliner. I think I'm just gonna have to use my fingers. They are clean. All right, so I put some black eyeliner in my waterline. Was a struggle and a half to do. And now I'm gonna do the lower lash line. Almost forgot about that. I feel like this side looks really patchy. I'm just gonna try and blend that first. Okay, now let's do lower lash line. I think I'm just gonna use the same brush that I used to put down color in my crease to do the lower lash line, since it's really small and I can really get in there. So let's see, I'm gonna do red, orange, yellow. I'm thinking maybe yellow in the center, orange here, red here. So I want something to pop in the center. The yellow looks deeper than the Juvia's yellow, but not as deep as the Jaclyn Hill yellow. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into the Juvia's yellow first. lay that down, and then I'll go into the Jaclyn Hill palette and put a little bit of that yellow over top just to darken it a little bit. Kind of doing this in like the opposite order, but this is why I never put color in my lower lash line, because it always gets to my eye. Alright, and then I'm gonna go into the Jaclyn Hill palette and just take that yellow just a little bit just to deepen things. I mean, I could just do a yellow lower lash line and call it a day. I want to include other colors, so I'm gonna do that. This might be a thing now, like a yellow lower lash line. Ooh, love that. Okay, so I'm gonna, so I don't have the exact color, but I think I'm gonna use this orange. It's not, it's kind of like, it kind of shows up more like a reddish orange, but I feel like the Juvia's one is a bit too like a pure bright orange. This orange is from the brand that shall not be named, but use a similar orange in your collection. And then I'm gonna use this red that's right next to it and go along the outside. Again, use whatever you have in your collection. Just gonna kind of wing it right out to the bottom of my wing. And I'm just gonna run my blending brush underneath just to kind of make it a bit more seamless. I am going to go back into my Juvia's Place palette. I'm going to take the first yellow shade, and I think I'm just going to take a little bit of that on my blending brush and then just smoke out the entire lower lash line just to kind of like blend it on the bottom and make the colors blend into each other while also keeping that intensity. Just finding the colors are getting a little muddy and I want some brightness. Okay, I'm gonna go back. Where's my eyeliner? I'm just gonna go back in with my little brush and deepen it because it seems to be fading a little bit, which I'm not a fan of. So I'm gonna wear the Alice foam ink lashes. They're not really close, but they're just ridiculous. These lashes are insane. I'm gonna do another Pure product. This is the On Point lip liner in the shade Tutu. I'm gonna use the Anastasia liquid lipstick in the shade Allison, but I'm gonna just like dab it on because I don't want it to be fully pigmented. Actually changed my mind because I totally forgot that I had these and I forgot that I was planning to put them on. So I've actually got some lip samples from MAC. Let's do a bit of Velvet Teddy. This one I'm going to need a brush for. This is the E19 from Morphe. Again, use whatever you have. Okay, you know what? It's just easier to use my finger. I forgot how much I love the smell of MAC lipsticks. All right, so this is the final look. So I'm really happy with the way that this look turned out, but this exercise pretty much reinforces that I do not need this palette in my collection. I have everything already that I need to create a look, the type of look that I would do with this type of palette. Yeah, I don't need it. I don't need it. I need to keep telling myself, I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. I can support Kristi in other ways. I can watch her videos. I'm sure this isn't the last palette or collaboration or product that she'll come out with. So if there's something in the future that I like, that I don't have anything like it in my collection, obviously I would consider buying it then, but you know what? I'm going to save my money right now and just enjoy what I have. Let's talk about the look. I'm really proud of myself, actually, if I do say so myself, for this look. It's not like I haven't done looks like this before on my channel, but I don't often do looks like this that are just like all out color everywhere. Especially, I tend to avoid my lower lash line area just because it's such a pain in the ass to put eyeshadow on, and eyeshadow every single time inevitably will get in my eye, and it's annoying. But I forgot how much I really enjoy the effect that it creates. Oh, I didn't do an inner corner highlight. Oh well. Yeah, I just feel like it adds an extra element of like drama to your eyes, if that's the right word. Like, I really like the look that I did. I really like the kind of, it's like a split rainbow. It is still technically like a rainbow eye, but splitting kind of the red, orange, yellow at the bottom and then the cooler tones on top. Normally, I feel like you see kind of the reverse. You kind of tend to see more blues and greens and sometimes purples on the lower lash line, and then something a bit more neutral on the, what do you call this? Like the crease and kind of upper sort of brow bone area. I like the effect that this has. Like, I can't stop looking at the yellow on my lower lash line. I definitely want to incorporate that more into looks that I do, because it's just so fun. It's so bright. It's so summery. It's a different type of look in the sense that, and maybe it's just the lashes that I'm wearing, but I'm like looking at myself in the viewfinder. A, I don't recognize myself, and B, I feel like this look is almost moving towards drag style makeup in the shape of what I did with my eyes. Maybe it's just the like negative space cut crease that I have going on. It definitely doesn't look like the type of look that Kristi does. But again, that might just be the lashes that I'm wearing. These lashes for some reason just completely changed my eye shape and just kind of my face in general. It makes me look like a different person. It's bizarre. Lip color, I chose something very neutral. I actually layered a couple different lip products on top of each other to create this color. If you're interested in any of the products that I'm using, I list everything in the description box below for every single one of my videos. So if you have any questions, just check there. Kristi's already come out with 1 or 2 videos where she does a look using her palette, so I almost kind of want to like recreate those looks or do something similar inspired by the looks that she's been coming out with, because the palette is full of really, really fun and practical colors, and you can do so much with it that if I already have those types of shades in my collection, why not play with them some more and get inspired? So I guess stay tuned for those. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about this look. If you have any constructive criticism for me, I'm always open to hear it, especially if it means that I can improve the quality of the videos that I make on this channel. Definitely open to feedback. If you bought the Rawbeautykristi and Pure collaboration palette, or either of the pairs of lashes, and you've tried them out, let me know also what you think of them. I've kind of heard mixed reviews so far about the palette, just the quality of the eyeshadows. Not that they're bad, but just I think it's a different formula than some people might be used to. So I've heard some people don't particularly love the formula, but I haven't tried any of Pure's eyeshadows, so I don't have anything to compare it to. But if you've tried them before, let me know below what you think. I'd love to hear kind of what people are thinking about this palette. If you enjoyed this makeup look and want to see more like it, I post a lot of the photos that I take from the makeup looks that I do on my channel on my other social media accounts. I have links below if you want to check them out. I post pretty regularly on my main Instagram and every now and then on TikTok, so feel free to follow me there. That would mean a lot to me. I'm really trying to grow my presence across multiple platforms, so if you could give me a follow, that would really help me out. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, then please subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications so you'll get updated every time I upload a new video, and I'll see you guys next time.